Okay. Beep 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 beep. It's the what are we again?
I'm Capsule Podcast.
Time Capsule Podcast, and I'm Borley Borelstein.
I'm Fauntleroy. No
And
last name required.
no, yeah, never, because that would imply that you have some kind of dynastic lineage that you're trying to hold on to, and you're not about that life.
Unironically.
Yeah.
No.
So
Okay.
we got a viewer mailroom.
It's fucking thank God.
Thank the
Finally,
Lord.
we have a viewer mailbag submission. This is by Steele. No, again, no last name required.
No
It's
last
catching, it's
name.
catching on.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're so
they
popular.
say, they say, I've changed my Facebook profile picture to have a semi Okay, okay.
Semiopic.
I'm just gonna read it here, and then I see they made an emendation later, but I just think it's funny to have a semiopic blue and yellow filter on. I have performed over 3 anti-Putin spoken word poetry pieces on my TikTok, and I've donated over $100 worth of live Jasmine tokens to my favorite Ukrainian cam girls. How can I, as an American slacktivist, make more of a difference towards aiding the Ukrainian people in this time of need? And then under that, they posted semi-opaque. So they
Oh,
mean a
that's what it
semi-opaque
was.
blue
Oh,
and yellow filter,
okay.
which is,
Um,
the Ukrainian flag, and I'm sure as you've all seen, it's just
yeah,
the thing that you do.
yeah. And the reason
I
the
don't.
Ukrainian flag is so simple is because Eastern Europeans, they just don't have that creativity.
You said it.
If
You
you've
said you.
seen Battleship Potemkin, you know Russians, they're not really bringing their best.
No, they are not.
No,
And apparently, they're not bringing their best to the Ukraine either.
no, because they're
Such
getting their ass kicked.
an overwhelming force. How do you screw it up? They're right
Well,
there.
it's the classic case of, just I think it's a combination of overconfidence and just
Right,
lack of actual preparedness, it seems like.
right.
It's have you ever read up on the Israeli war where a bunch of like the Arab nations nearby Israel were like we're going to go fight and it was just a total clusterfuck where their shit's like breaking down and their planes are they're flying biplanes at them. But anyway, back to Steele's question. What more can he do? Do you have any ideas?
I mean, I think he's doing, especially in the scope of an American slacktivist, I think he's doing more. He's going above and beyond what I've seen most American slacktivists do, where it's just, put the semiopic up
True.
and get. Well, actually,
Well, they'll put
I
the
I will
flag in
say
their username as well.
yes, that's true. Yeah, the little flag emoji. I will say I have seen some people go on to like the Routers Twitter, which is a Russian-based news organization, and anytime they post anything about Putin, they just say "fuck you, Putin," and then they just say all these awful things as if Vladimir Putin himself is going to be reading through the tweets.
See, I like that. I love when there's an internet dogpile. It really makes me laugh. I'm not
Yeah.
speaking to the efficacy of that in any way,
No, it's dumb as hell, but I think it's
but
funny to
it's funny
see.
as shit.
It's just funny to see.
So, I have to interject here. Steele, you're definitely a selectivist because you're letting down. There is something you could be doing that you forgot, and that is renting out Airbnbs in Ukraine. And the only reason I know this is because somebody on my Facebook was posting about how they were doing this as a charitable act towards Ukrainian people. Um,
Like they're renting it out just to give them money, basically, but
yeah,
then
yeah, they're not actually going to Ukraine because they're renting out stuff in like blown up buildings. So
wow,
yeah,
we
there's
surely
people
live
renting
in
out their blown out buildings, and then people in America are paying to stay in these blown out buildings. I mean, obviously they're not really going there, but
it's
basically
just
it's a money laundering scheme, you
that's
know?
exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's pretty much money laundering.
Yeah, because there is no
The
good,
dumbest
there is
way.
no service that's actually available,
Right.
and so I think that's pretty interesting. But otherwise, I mean, obviously, like you said, this is already doing almost it's doing too much.
This is a way above and beyond. I think they're hardly even a slacktivist at this point. I think they're
This is actual activism. It's actual praxis.
actual. Yeah, they're actually doing something. They're contributing.
And
Those cam girls need all the money they can get now. I don't think
yeah, they got to buy a
there's a
whole
lot of
new
people.
$1 million mansion in Germany or Poland or whatever. You know, they need
Mhm.
to start from zero essentially.
It's like have you ever seen like content mansions?
Content
Like a bunch of
mansions.
I think it has a different name. I don't know. Basically, a bunch of content creators like buy up a big house
Oh, like
and
a
then they
gamer
just
house, streamer
yeah
house.
yeah
Oh,
streamer
those things are
house.
always like ridiculous.
I've seen Tigger talkers of that, and that's just the it gets to the core of why I hate any kind of quote unquote slice of life TikToks where it's
Oh, because
look at all these
everyone's just like ready for
crazy
like,
antics we're getting into.
yeah, it's always like every moment is an opportunity for more disingenuous interactions.
For content. Yeah, it's my favorite thing is just if 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 anybody, much less my significant other, comes up to me with their phone camera facing at me and they say, "Hey, babe." I'm done. I'm walking away. Like I'm not interacting. I'm not I'm not part of this because it's gonna be some kind of dumb. Oh, that
Oh, they're
there's
just,
okay.
I mean, they're recording
They're
something.
setting this up. They're setting up a stupid bit, and I mean, if that's what you're about, like, great, cool. But my favorite, I get this so on Facebook, they own Instantgram, and
Instant
people,
gratification am. Yeah.
yep, and people will post like ticker talkers onto Instantgram that get shoved onto Facebook.
Jesus.
So are you following
Does
this?
that have the water? Is there like a watermark at every step?
No,
Oh,
no.
that
Well,
would be
I
funny.
mean, there if the ticker talker puts a watermark, obviously it will. But the reason I say that is because when I go to like if I either want to like share the video or look at the comments, even to look at the comments, I get a thing that comes up and says I need to make an Instagram account. And I know it's Instagram, but it's
Because
because
the source is there.
they're trying to shove you over to their other platform
Oh,
too, and they're using these god awful ticker talkers as like bait,
yeah.
which is it's very disingenuous. But there's one that comes through my feed every once in a while that I guess their relationship is really weird, but it's supposed to be like I think it's like a dad and a daughter, because I think in the
Uh-oh.
title, yeah, it gets pretty cool. In the title, it says like embarrassing daughter with wacky dad joke, uh,
Whoa.
and then just insert a number because it's the same shtick, just infinitely repeated. They just have a different joke and maybe they change it up for a season or something. But my favorite thing and why this is it's not genuine because everyone here is faking, but when the dad makes a dumb dad joke, the daughter just kind of frowns and like maybe does like a slight laugh, and then that's it. And
Oh.
then it's him pausing even longer, keeping the camera on her, like waiting for more of a reaction. But then the video just cuts off, and
Oh.
it's that recipe infinitely repeated. I just think
Oh.
it's the most insane thing, but millions of views on each one.
Really?
It just blows my mind. Yeah, that's because the girl's kind of cute. So
Oh,
it's like,
okay. Oh,
it's that
yeah.
draw, that instant
Dad,
click
that's why
draw.
the camera lingers, because Dad wants to allow you to finish.
Yes,
You know,
true, very true. And the only way
something.
I can finish is if a girl's frowning at me.
Yeah, that's the unenthused hand job fetish
And energy. Yeah.
energy. What was I? I was gonna say something. Something that I hate about kind of Facebook and Instagram is that they're totally like insular communities. Like you can't pierce the veil if you don't have an account. You
What do
know?
you mean? What do you mean?
Well, like you can read Twitter shit without having a
Hmm.
Twitter account. But like if there's an Instagram post, there's not really
Oh,
a
I
way to
see.
like see it
Yeah.
unless you have an
Yeah.
account. Like you can't even really
Yeah.
look at a person's like profile
Right.
Like if you click on a picture or something, like if you're trying to like get an image bigger, because sometimes on Google search results, if you're like looking for like
It goes
political
for
shit or
shovel
something, you'll
Instagram.
see Instagram images,
Yeah.
and then you try to click on them and you cannot get a bigger version of it because I don't have an account. So like it's really surprising to me that like I assume they take that step as in terms of like a kind of like a protective measure,
Right.
to protect against like outside influences or some bullshit or whatever. Because like then you could,
Just to protect their content, period. For
and then
whatever
also like
reason.
it forces you to like get on or get off. Like there's no
Right,
in
exactly.
between.
Exactly.
Which I personally like. For that reason, I wouldn't make an Instagram account just because
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't
Same.
want to be there, and not for like the reason most people are, where it's like, oh, it's toxic bullshit or whatever. It's just like there's just so many idiots sharing so much stupid shit. I just don't care. It's just
I
another
just don't
thing to
care
manage
enough.
that's pointless to me.
Exactly. I just don't care enough to go through the effort of making an account for a thing that I'll use a fraction of time.
True. I had some segue that I came up with for our news story. Breaking news. Woman in the Wisconsin area, Green Bay. You know the Green Bay Packers. You know them. Dismembered man's body. Placed head in bucket. Did some kind of weird sexual act with the corpse. Uh, a parental discretion advised. So
I like how the parental discretion came after the murder and sexual act uh
yes. Well,
calls.
we're not censorship. We're not pro censorship, so we want to expose the children, but then also empower the parents. We're doing both
Got it.
sides of them here.
Got it. Definitely.
Okay,
Perfect.
so uh, I heard about this story because of this woman's unfortunate name. Um, is this an alleged thing?
What do you mean in a
Well, you
like
know how like
this
in
stuff
those news
happening?
stories they're always like, oh, the alleged person or whatever. Because like if you have, because this was like in a like a court, like there's a historical court thing for this, that like if news stories are reporting that a person did something,
You have to
then
say
that
alleged.
biases
Yeah.
the potential jurors to believe one way or the other, and then you can get a mistrial for that.
Right.
So
Right.
whenever
Gotta.
there's a story of somebody doing, crimes and it makes news, they usually always kind of say, alleged or whatever. Oh yeah, it does say charged here in the article I'm seeing. So, but anyway, this woman's name is Schabusiness.
It's actually Schabus. It's actually business. Like
Yeah,
spelled like business.
it's amazing. It's not
Actually awesome.
Schabusiness. It's just so there are so many jokes you can write for
She's
this. It feels,
she's
if this was in this could be like just a fucking bit in like a fucking novel, and they're going back and forth, or like a fucking like a some kind of skit comedy, and they're like, oh, who was the person? It's not your business. No, it absolutely, I'm FBI, it is my bit. No, it's not your business.
it
And
is
then
not
and then
business.
take me to your boss, I need to see the police chief now. And then he's like, it's not your business. And then he's just like, his face is getting really red, and he's like, "Arr!" And he talks to the president, and the president's like, her name is not your business. And then he's like, "Oh, okay, thank you, Mr. President."
Well, the president's wrong though. Her name is Schabusiness.
Oh my God,
More fake news.
more fake. And
Can't
what?
believe we have
Who
more
and what
fake news
president was
coming
that?
from the. It was
Was that Obama?
he was actually more left-leaning than Obama. A little bit of foreshadowing.
True. Yes,
It
the
was
president who said that definitely was more left leaning than Obama.
it was
Okay.
Jingle J Trunk.
Okay. So I think this is gonna be the silent reading hour.
I honestly think that's a funny bit though. I think it's
So
just
this is
like
so we're gonna silently read the news article, and then we'll give you our take in a little bit. Hold on, let
okay,
me
we're gonna
silently
put
read
the
the news
we're
article.
we're gonna put the link in the description to the article. So this is the part where we invite everybody to read along with us.
Yeah,
Okay?
but silent. It's silent reading time.
Yeah,
Okay.
silent reading time, okay?
So if you talk, I'm gonna send the meme to you that says, neighbor, did you really just talk during silent reading time?
And you're also banned from our account for a
True.
week.
Okay. So it seems she said that the investigators would have a really hard time finding the rest of the body. and that she was using the corpse for sex?
Yeah, this is strange.
How do you, man, how
Strange
do you
article.
use the male organ?
Well, I
Jesus.
mean,
How
you
do you,
things can be inserted, I would
yeah,
assume.
but like,
And they also just
did he have like a priapism and then she like cut it off and then like, I just don't
maybe
understand.
fingers. Could use fingers. You could, I mean,
No, it's like the male or like they're talking. Oh no, they found bodies. Oh, I thought it was saying that there was fluids on the penis, implying that she used it post mortem. That's what I thought was going on.
that was pre-mortem, pre-cum mortem.
Yeah, there probably was some. Yeah, he was so. Maybe this is just. You know what? Maybe she didn't do anything right or anything wrong. Definitely didn't do anything right because she got caught. But maybe she didn't do
Zero
anything
dice.
wrong because this was this guy's fetish.
Yeah, how do they know?
Be,
He should have written
because like you
the.
said, the penis, they had the pre-com. He was edging so hard. And then in the final act of, just orgasmic pleasure, she chopped his body up. And that's just what you do, I think. His
Wasn't he
head
like?
was in a bucket
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
in the
I think I saw.
minivan. She was driving around in the minivan full of body parts.
It's a crockpot box full of additional human body parts. Interesting.
Additional body parts.
Not to be confused. I mean, I don't know, man.
She got lazy in something. What was she doing with the body? She got lazy and only ended up putting a few parts of the body in the van. Amazing. Could you? I love that. It's like, yeah, boy, this murder is fucking making me.
I'm getting
That okay.
so tired.
It probably is, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. It's like kind of pick your battles when it comes to claiming exhaustion.
Jesus Christ. So, the moral of the story is don't, if you're gonna murder your boyfriend and chop him up and make like a kind of scavenger hunt with his body, make sure you're really rested before that because it sounds like it's exhausting work.
Also follow through. I mean, she didn't even do the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, she didn't even
All the
really get
parts
to
were in one
hide the
place.
parts. And that's unfortunate because she seems to imply that they're gonna have fun finding all the parts, but then she didn't even like make the fun and the hunt. She didn't place them anywhere. Maybe she was just getting ready for Easter.
Maybe. Instead of Easter eggs, it's the Easter eggs are just finding the body parts of your
Yeah, yeah. That would be.
murdered
Imagine
significant
if
other.
you. That would be like the start of like a black comedy. Like all the kids come over and they're like, "Oh my god!" But it's like one of those.
Oh my God! There's a part in the lobby now. I found one in the library,
Oh my god! It's in my potted plant.
not the cloister.
And then and all the body parts look like that plastic fake hand in the Jurassic Park movie that drops on Laura
Right.
Dern.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
god,
that was
that
fake?
no,
Huh?
I hate to be the person to tell you this, but
What?
yes.
But the dinosaurs were real though, right?
Yeah, the dinosaurs were real. They invented that
Okay.
technology to
Okay.
actually clone dinosaurs for the movie, but they
Okay.
did not have the technology to clone humans because humans are more complex than dinosaurs. Dinosaurs
True.
are stupid, They died off
True.
because too dumb to live.
Couldn't fight that asteroid.
Exactly. See, if the asteroid came to us, we would
We
destroy
would
it with Trump's
destroy it.
genius
We'd be arguing whether the asteroid existed or not until it actually
until
hit
it actually
us.
killed us. True. Which I think is kind of the plot for a Lars von Trier film, but that movie kind of sucks. But anyway, back to things that suck. We got an amazing 1-star Amazon review. So you'll find out pretty fast what the review is about. But
Okay. So can we preface? Is it is it a movie?
it's
Is it
a
is it an object?
well,
We don't have to get
it's a
too
video. It's a
specific.
video game.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so I'll just start reading it, but
Yeah.
I'll edit out the parts that make it too obvious, I
Ye-
suppose.
Got it. Got it.
Blank was billed as a gorgeous and vast open world RPG in numerous previews. After 20 plus hours in the game, I have yet to see it. First, Blank isn't an RPG. There are no character classes, only backgrounds that affect your starting stats and starting equipment. Isn't that what a class is? Am I stupid? Isn't that all D&D
Well,
classes?
well, that's what they're. I mean, yes, but what they're saying is I can't be locked into one little. I can't pick a box that just linearly levels my characters because
Oh, you're right. Yeah, kind of like in
'cause
World of Warcraft where you don't have any
you
stat
can't choose
distribution.
stats or anything.
Yeah, true, true.
And Final Fantasy too, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that
well, it
like when
depends
you
on which
level
one
up
you're
your?
playing. Oh, unless you mean the MMO, I have no idea about that.
Oh, I don't know
Um,
about that, but
yeah. So anyway, it continues. There are no experience points. You can buy levels with in-game currency, but only at
okay,
specific
okay.
locations. Oh, you're getting a
Oh,
hint? You know,
well, I mean,
you you want to solve the puzzle?
um, I, gosh, I just don't know. Just keep. Can
Okay,
we
okay,
continue
okay.
the
Let me
review? I'm
more
stressing out here.
most importantly, there is no role playing. I have met 4 people who speak in 20 hours, one of whom is the welcome to the world person, and of the remaining 3, 2 asked me simple yes or no questions before leaving forever. What kind of person is your character? With no other sentient beings to play off of, blank never lets you answer the question.
It's awesome.
That was paragraph 1 of 12.
Are you kidding me?
No!
You're kidding me? After this, well, it's Elden Ring. They're talking about Elden Ring, I assume.
They're talking about Elden Ring. I love you have to use in-game currency.
In-game currency. I mean, but like at the same time, they're not wrong because
They're
you use
not
it at
wrong, but
shops.
in-game currency usually means
Like
external mobile market.
there's a separate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In-game. I love the in-game currency
But I don't
explanation.
know that I think that's genius because I wouldn't have considered like souls or runes currency because
Yeah.
it's just if they just are what they are. You know, it's just
Yeah.
what you get.
It is technically true, the truest use of that, kind of term or phrase, in-game currency, because it is the in-game currency. But when gamers hear that, they think cash shop.
Oh, really? I didn't get cash shop from that.
Oh
I
no, I mean
didn't
exclusively when in-game currency is almost used exclusively in mobile gaming to explain what the cash shop is.
really
Yeah.
interesting.
And in-game currency usually is the stuff that you get in the game for free or currency that is tied to the game that you purchase,
Right.
with real money. So there is a bit of like equivocating the currency in Elden Ring with worse games that have external monetization kind of schemes.
Which it definitely does. I
Yeah, you
have.
can pay to win in Elden Ring,
I
as
mean,
evidenced by a low tier god.
low tier god showed us that it's it's all hearsay, but he definitely there's some things up.
Something's
I
up. Yeah, his health bar is, you know, almost 3/4 of the screen, and he's only played 20 hours, less than maybe even.
he's never he didn't even finish the second like area. Like he didn't finish Raya Lucaria
The
or whatever.
Academy.
He didn't finish the academy, but he's wandering around in Altus and in Caelid,
Jesus, I
which
mean,
just blows my
he's
mind.
just he's just a he's a nomad. He's a
He's
wanderer.
a noble nomad.
He's okay.
Very true.
He's doing what this gamer could not do. He is making who his character is in the world. He
Making the
is
story. Yeah.
showing you, yeah, he's storying his character. He's creating a narrative where this person, he needs the straight man to his goofy, well, this guy sounds like he's too boring to live. So, like, maybe he's the straight man. And then he needs a cast of kooky characters to, like, lamau at and record for TikTok videos or something. So,
That brings me to. Oh, did you have more?
well, the next one I'm a little interested in because it starts off, the combat is god awful.
Oh my God.
What were you going to say?
Okay, well, I just want to do a slight tangent. It's nothing too profound, but I think like I've just had this thought for a long time that like to be a good straight man, you like have to be like really funny yourself. I think that's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
really underappreciated aspect of it, because some people think that like to play the straight man is you just have to be like serious or whatever, but
Or you're
like
like
you,
a bitchy character almost.
yeah, but you have to get it. Like you have to get the humor and the sense of humor, and that's why I watch a lot of
Straight
I watch a
man.
lot. I watch a lot of straight men only. I watch a lot of super straight men. Was that the term, super straight?
Oh yeah, super straight was that term where people were they were not gay at all, and the
It's
if
it's
you're looking at another
homophobia.
man would be considered gay in their culture, I think.
It's homophobia with
Extra
less
steps,
extra steps. Yeah.
extra
Um,
wormholes and loopholes.
Wormholes and loopholes and time holes.
Yes.
uh I don't know, it seems like you said, like they just have people think that they just have to be a bitchy character or like super strict or stern, and then that's what a straight man is. But like you have to get the feel of like the sense of humor that
Yeah,
everyone has to
it's
be a
a
proper straight
vibe,
man. Yeah, it's
and
definitely a vibe
it's
to
hard to
like
pass the vibe check for that. And
yes
not
and
only that, you have to be able to maintain your composure
very true,
because you can't
very
break it
true.
because the other person's just a ding dong,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
So
Anyways, yeah. Anyways,
the controls
back to
are
the review.
sluggish and often unresponsive. And
He's fat
whether
rolling. 100% that guy's fat rolling.
oh my
There's
god,
no
you're
way.
right, he is fat rolling.
There's no like he's probably like I can't dodge anything. What is going on? Why
Why
even have this
why can
feature in
they
the
dodge
game?
faster than me? He's probably overloaded on his character.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He has the heaviest weapon in every weapon slot.
Yeah, he's had all of his weapon slots are filled.
It's filled with great swords.
Did I told you about that guy I ran into, right? Where
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like an actual walking samurai, fucking like whatever that one ancient Japanese character is, Gilgamesh, where he's got like 85. I don't think he's Japanese actually, but
I was gonna say Gilgamesh is a Mesopotamian.
yeah,
He's
I was
not
gonna say it was
Japanese.
definitely more more to the other direction. Well, the reason I say Japanese because Japanese was so many video games put Gilgamesh in there. They're trying to fucking
Right.
they're trying to take ownership of him. Anyway, I was trying to help a guy fight Margit, and he just kept pulling out different weapons,
That's so fun.
and he was
It's
fat
like, what's he gonna pull
rolling
out
all over
next?
the place.
It's like a magician. Like, what's he gonna pull out of his bag of
Oh.
tricks next?
And it wasn't like he was doing it to show off before the fight. He was doing
Right.
it during the fight. He was like,
Yeah.
what tool optimally helps me fight the boss at this point of the battle?
It's like, okay, no, it reminds me of when LTG was at the shop for the first time, and he's got like a he has a million runes, and he shows up to this little shop, and he goes, strokes his chin. I wonder what fits my fancy today. I know, I think I'll buy some boots. That's that's what I picture. This guy's like in the middle of this fight, like, I wonder which weapon suits my fancy today. I think I'll try this katana. Takes a couple swings of it.
Oh, this isn't
Not
working out for me. I'll
not
switch to
not doing me
the pole
well.
arm. I need range against this enemy.
I think I will be a pole armor now. This is my true story.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Okay. Um. Oh, here we go. And whether it's a bug or a feature, the fact that you can't hit opponents who are on the ground, watch your weapons pass right through them, is absurd. Even after gaining 18 levels, you still have no hope of finishing off any of the dungeon areas you'll find right where the game begins. And the surface world is only moderately less lethal.
wow.
Okay. So it sounds like he's
This is parody, dude. There's no way this is real.
um
This I mean I genuinely think it is.
well,
Let me preface with that, but it just sounds like
I mean
it's so on
it
the
goes on a
nose. Stupid.
lot.
It's so on the nose stupid. But I think people who are dumb and have opinions would write a 12 paragraph dissertation on how this game that they're bad at sucks. It's like
Yeah,
cake.
I mean, I think when he gets to the end,
It's kind of guilt.
he starts showing his like emotional frustrations,
Okay.
and it becomes a little, I think, more like, oh, this is a sincerely held opinion. I am
It's real.
imagining.
Right. Right.
Um,
I think it's real.
let me.
I
Oh,
genuinely
I
think
God,
it's
I
real.
hope it's real.
So
99 people
far.
found this helpful.
I bet they did.
Okay, so
Yeah, 'cause they were
there,
feeling bad. They were feeling blue that day. And they needed a good laugh.
they got to
So like,
Melania and they're like, I need to downvote this game. So there's one bit of information that I've been hiding. This is
okay.
a review for Elden Ring on the PlayStation 4.
It's on the PS4?
Apparently.
That's interesting.
I'm
Well,
curious how well the
and they're a
game runs on the PlayStation 4.
well, and they're a console player, so now it is legit.
Yeah, now okay. And
Now it
also
has to
in
be
the next
real.
paragraph they were going to explain um that they're like the visuals on the PlayStation 4 are good, but they're not great. Colors look faded and washed out. Nothing is vibrant. It may look stellar on the next gen, but not on PS4. That said, the level of detail is impressive, even on the PS4. Unfortunately, the theme for character design seems to be ugly as sin, so that the level of detail really makes your character unpleasant to look at.
You're playing on the last gen. You're
Well, look, if you got something to complain about, regardless of how dumb it is, it's time to complain.
right,
This is what
right.
the internet's for.
He gave it. You know what? Credit where credit's due. At least he said the graphics were good for
Yeah,
how
he
bad
keeps. I
his
like how he keeps
system is.
reiterating that and going back to it.
Okay.
I really like that. This part looks like it'll be good. I haven't pre-read this part, but I think it looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, just keep rolling. This is a good review. I'm finding this helpful. I'm gonna go find it and upvote it.
The game seems designed to frustrate. Dying, in parentheses, which will happen to you all the time, causes you to lose all of your money. Parentheses. Remember, money is what you use to buy levels. End parentheses. You can
My
go and
God.
retrieve your loot after dying if it's in a safe area. But if you die a second time, the loot, i.e., your experience, is gone for good. You're provided 3 healing potions. Parentheses. You'll need them, which can
That's awesome.
generously refill at special sites. But doing so causes all monsters to respawn, so you don't want to do that. Buying levels also causes all monsters to respawn, so you won't be in a rush to do that either. I love when he says buying level. It's I feel like a boomer fucking is reviewing this game. There's no way to pause the
I
game,
think so. Yeah. Go ahead.
or
Sorry.
and there's no way to manually save. Oh, so he wants to dupe. Okay. He's talking
There's
about
no
the
way
open
to.
world. He
He like
doesn't.
auto saves
It auto saves all the
constantly.
time. Anytime you do anything, it also
Yeah.
auto saves every
If you
30
jump.
seconds
Yeah.
too. Um. Oh, here we go. The way the game seems, the way to play the game seems to be attacking everything you see, trying to die in a safeish place, reclaiming your loot. I love how he says the runes are the like you don't lose items in the game.
I know. Well, that. Yeah. I like. Yeah. That's why I was laughing at first when he kept saying loot.
Yeah.
Like your all your stuff. Wasn't there a game where that was like the case? Like everything that you had on you was on like your body when you died, and you had to go
Oh,
retrieve it.
there was yeah, fuck, what was that shitty game? It was like a shitty top down. It had like fucking very
It was like
polygonal
Diablo
graphics.
Diablo-ish looking game.
Yeah.
Was that even in Diablo, or did you have all your equipment? Because I remember you had to
No,
like
in
grab
Diablo
your
you
bot.
just you drop your money, I
Well,
think.
I thought in like D2 you literally had to like grab your body.
Yeah, you have
Body.
to get your body to get your like equipment back, but like
Yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
didn't like lose your
Well, not everything
equipment.
in your backpack.
Yeah, I don't exact. I mean, I remember you lose money, and you had
I
to
know
pick up the
your
money
money would
separately from
drop.
your body. But your body had like your gear on it, so you had to like go get that back. But like, I don't think you like
Yeah.
could lose your gear. I don't think. Um,
I don't think you could lose it, but from what this guy is saying, that's the closest thing I can think of that
oh
like
yeah,
sounds like
like
that.
this
Like you
guy
lose
sounds
your
like
quote unquote loot.
he thinks
Like
all
you
of
lose
his items are
everything.
on the ground and he needs to go
Like
loot them up.
everything is there. Yeah.
Oh, I
This
like
guy's
this.
awesome.
I like this part. I happened across a battle between soldiers and goblins. What is he? Goblins? I don't.
I know that the demi-humans in um in Limgrave, there's like a little site where the demi-humans are fighting with the soldiers of Godric or whatever.
Oh yeah, but
There's a lot of
like,
good
but they're not
experiences.
goblins though.
Well, but he doesn't know.
He
He's
doesn't.
calling them
He's a
goblins.
boomer. He doesn't know. Well,
It's whatever.
so this is where he tried to do a character building moment, and the game denied him from that
Oh
because
my God.
I tried attacking only the goblins, and the soldiers killed me. I tried attacking only the soldiers, and the goblins
God,
killed me. There are
not the
some passive animals
goblins.
in the Elden Ring. Hello, adorable foxes. But it seems the game wants/expects you to kill everything.
Yeah, you're tarnished. It's your place in life.
Oh my god. And then he just
The
goes on.
dweeb.
This is an inferior role playing game to Dragon Age and Skyrim. Um, he says that the game's a murder. I think he plays D&D because he keeps talking about like kind of. I mean,
D&D
D&D is like
catchphrase type
ubiquitous and
things.
everything, but at the end he says that it's a murder hobo simulator.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a D&D term.
and then basically at
That's
the end he just says, "Oh no, he does bring up the thing about not being able to make his character with the soldiers and goblins at the end again." Here's his kind of final statement. I'll find a settlement of some kind with people in it and follow a story. Or
oh
no,
my.
he's saying that maybe 20 hours in, that's what he'll find. Maybe if I
Okay.
repeat the same combat encounters a dozen times more, my character will be able to walk through the beginning of the open world without being cut down by a mob of goblins or soldiers. But I'm not optimistic.
That's
Optimistic.
so awesome. That I think it's really I simultaneously love how big Elden Ring is. I mean, it's a good game. Like let me just all cards on the table. I think I really love the game. I think it's a really good, well made game. It's just funny how big it got because now there's a lot of people that have never played a single Souls game, and
Oh yeah.
it doesn't have the Souls uh name attached to it at all either.
Maybe
It
that
doesn't. It's
tricks
not
some
Elden.
people.
I think it does. I genuinely think it does.
I
Like
think
some
this guy
people
got
who
tricked.
totally people who are like unawares that it's the same like genre and ostensibly the same universe is kind of what it seems like. It
I'm
seems like there's some what?
I was looking at this guy's account on Amazon. He has 32 reviews. So, do you want to know the name of a game that he gave a higher rating?
Is it like similar, or is it like an
Uh,
RPG?
I don't even know what this game is. He gave Terminator Resistance for the PlayStation 4 a higher review. Um, he
Uh,
gave Cyberpunk a 1-star review as well.
I bet that was day one.
Yeah, it was definitely day one because he said, you can return this game. I did, in parentheses. This guy
That's
loves the
funny.
parentheses. I love when people
Awesome.
do parentheses. I don't mind parentheses. I think they're good, like, tangential ways to write to get thinking across sometimes. But, like, a lot of the time, a comma substitutes perfectly fine.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Um, he gave Greedfall for the PlayStation 4 a 3 out of 5. So Greedfall is 3 times better than Elden Ring. So
True.
why are people playing Elden Ring and buying 12 million copies when Greedfall exists?
You can't. You can't role play properly in Elder Bling.
Yeah, you can't be a
Elder's Thing.
character because when you roll up to soldiers and goblins, you
They
can't
kill
help
you.
one or the other. The game doesn't give you obvious binary story choices. Therefore, the game is bad.
That's just funny because like I can legit like imagine like a BioWare game where you roll up and it's like, the soldier like, help us, help, these goblins are attacking us, and
And then
then
you
like,
find out the
and then
goblins were actually slaves that were revolting.
yeah, or like, and then like maybe you're like mid fight or something, and the goblins like the combat stops, and the goblins like, no, please help us, and then it's like you have to make the choice: are you gonna help the goblins or
And a
help the
big like
humans?
choice UI comes up on your
Yeah.
screen and it's like
Yes.
save the pathetic goblins or kill
Help the
the
greedy humans.
oh wait no, I guess that would be like the either I don't even know how to split it because I just don't even care enough but like
Right.
yeah like kill the greedy humans kill the stupid goblins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um yeah I don't
But
know I
that's
thought that was the first review that came up for that game on PlayStation 4 on Amazon and I was blown
oh, that's
away.
funny.
So it's also like the most liked review I can tell because
Yeah, it's awesome.
everyone else has like sub 20 people found this helpful, but 99 people found that one helpful.
Well, yeah, the dude wrote a novel.
And
Of
I
course, it's
also
gonna get eyes.
I also went to the PlayStation 4 because I figured if anyone's gonna have a shit take, it's gonna be PlayStation 4 players, you
Right,
know, because they
right.
don't have the next gen console.
They can't game the system to get a PS5.
Yeah,
Are they still like backlogged or like?
dude, I signed up on the Sony website to get emailed for the opportunity to buy one. I've never gotten an email. my,
So
my fucking coworker, her boyfriend
funny.
had to like line up like multiple computers because they were gonna have them go on sale, and he got like all these computers together, all these like different like devices to like refresh the
Spider
page to
Man.
get access to get one.
Yeah.
Because like that's what you
Wow.
have to do to get one. It's just they just don't exist.
Wowzers.
It's just kind of crazy. Um, is so as dumb as scalping is, we got a new segment. It's the biggest idiot of the week. So in my daily life, I become a lot. Whoa, you gonna say something?
No, that
Oh,
was I'm giving sound effects. There
oh,
was a pause and it
oh
made me
yeah.
very uncomfy.
I was reaching over my water bottle because I was
Yeah,
moving my
I
chair.
know. That's
So
fine.
in my daily life, I come across a lot of idiots. Unfortunately, I don't even try to view people in a way of like everyone's stupid. I really don't. But
Yeah,
sometimes you just see things that are just like you just scratch your monkey skull. Oftentimes, involves the parking lot, watching people try to back their cars out, and they're driving SUVs. But not this week. So I have two people that I've come in some degree of contact with, and
oh, dear.
we can maybe which one's the dumb one. So we'll start with the easy one. I'm in a how in the mall, in those like kind of bigger mall areas they have their own kind of like mall routes through the area. So not like in the mall parking lot. Like this is a road that you would turn off of into one of the mall parking lots, but it's a road that's separate from main thoroughfares. So speed limit's like 25 miles an hour, probably even lower. I'm pulling up to a three-way stop. I'm stopped. This other person's coming up. I'm noticing they're slowing, but they're not really stopping. But then they're slowing enough where it's like, oh, well, they're gonna stop. So then I start going, and then the person to my left, she's a little old lady. She's about 2 feet lower than she should be in the car, probably spinal compression that you get with old age, and she's like 75% over where she should be, and the line is already decently far back. So she's a little bit in the intersection, but I can go through it just fine. And I'm going around, and as she sees me, she stops and she looks at me with this like she's like trying to scowl at me with her like lower chin. Like she's like really like she's doing like an underbite, like she's mad at me. And the whole time I'm just like pointing at the stop sign. I thought about rolling down my window and like shouting like there's a stop sign there, but I didn't have that much, dexterity to be able to do all those actions at once. So instead, I'm just pointing at the stop sign as I go around her, and she's just looking at me really mad, and I'm just kind of laughing my ass off, like, "You just gonna go through the stop sign, lady? Like, you fucking stupid or dumb?"
She's already all the way out there, of course. It's her right now.
Yeah, it's her God-given right to just drive slow, and that's the thing I see. If people like slow go through so many stop signs. Oh my god. I just always hope that there's like a semi truck going 80 that's just gonna blow their fucking car off the road.
It's like one or the other, like either stop or if you're gonna have the audacity to go, at least just like gun it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not even lights. It's stop signs. Like it's in
Right.
residential areas. Like they're just so impatient.
Right.
So that was the first dumb person I ran into. Very classic stupid person driving, just being impatient and dumb, and also they're old, so they probably can't turn their body to see everything around them, which is also a hazard.
And their brains probably don't work as fast.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna insult their cognitive, but true, true.
Well,
So,
I think that's a
oh,
more
it
given
definitely is
than
true. I just didn't want to I don't want to hammer down too hard on little old
you're
grandma.
making fun of you're already body shaming them or
I'm
whatever. Like, go for
bringing
the
up the absolute fact of spinal compression. I didn't say like she's a hobbit, like hunched over and decrepit. Like, I mean, I probably said some other things, but like in as far as I went, I think I was pretty kind.
but I'm saying you're already going with their bodies breaking down. Like, why is the brain any different?
Because people are insecure about that more so. Like old people are like fucking like short or whatever. Like there's not like 6 foot tall Giga Chad old people, but like there's a variety of cognitive decline in old people. So like, oh no, my brain. Oh no, I'm having a psychotic break. My brain.
Okay. Who's the next? Who's the second idiot?
Well, the next one. Do you have this up? Do you have this available?
What is this?
I told you before. You know what it is. The Trump was a left leaning man.
Oh yeah, I have that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have it? Do you want to read
Yeah.
it?
Okay. This is so where was this?
This was in the comment reply of a person. It was Helmbane from Facebook from World of Warcraft. You remember him?
Oh, no way, really?
So this isn't Helmbane. This was a comment
Right.
reply to a
Right.
Helmbane post.
Okay, dude, Helmbane's actually pretty based. He was posting some pretty decent stuff, I think.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think he he seemed like he generally kind of swung more right, but then has some like
Thought
non
so, but
dumb stuff that he says. It definitely has shifted over the years for sure because he was definitely
I think
posting some, or either falling for the propaganda at
I
times.
think it was I think it was that he was biting he was taking the bait for a lot of right-leaning stuff, but it seemed like he was like super not trunk
Yeah. So
uh as of recent. So
yeah,
this person replied, Trump was a left-leaning president who endorsed rushing of the mRNA vaxes, parentheses, which mainstream media initially recoiled at, but shortly after he lost his re-election, they wanted to use as a basis for denying non-compliers basic human rights. I hate how people write in like run-on sentences when you're
and
like
half of it's
cold
in parentheses.
when you're cold reading and it's like,
It's
okay,
so hard to read.
when are we gonna
Oh my god,
take
no,
a
that's just a comma.
when are we gonna take a cadence break here? Well, they put that run-on sentence in parentheses, then put a comma after it.
Yeah, he could have just
Comma.
ended. That could be a new sentence.
I could,
Oh my
yes.
god.
Simultaneous. Well, yeah. I think it's an old person thing too. Simultaneously, did more to encroach on the Second Amendment than his capital P predecessor, and yet somehow did more for peace talks in the Middle East region than that same capital P predecessor. Yet the hard right loves him, and the left and even moderate right loathe him, and still let him live rent-free in their heads. What a time to be alive. This guy is on another level. Like
Yeah.
I cuz okay, so I'm trying to like break down what he's like getting at. Like is he I mean it seems like he's just getting at like Trump is a grifter.
Well, I can provide some context that will help.
Okay.
So this comment was in response to Helmbane making the argument to basically don't blame Biden for these problems. Trump did things
Okay.
to contribute them, or Trump,
Okay.
did similar things to Biden, but you didn't care then,
Right.
or you didn't hate it when Trump did it. Just a lot of like basically like you cared, basically like kind of calling out the like my team kind of ism going on. The only I'm only
Right.
critical of like the enemy
Right.
team kind of thing. And
Right.
this guy's coming in with the galaxy brain take that Trump was actually a left leaning president. So I think we should answer the question now: is Trump a left leaning president?
Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna go on a limb here and say no.
So
I'm gonna take the
you can take the
really
brave position. Okay.
wild radical approach and say I don't think so. I genuinely
That's
don't.
I'm really disappointed.
I
Friendship over because Trump is the most left-leaning president in the
okay.
world, and the reason is because okay, a lot of the problems that people seem to have with Trump, leftists embrace. Leftists love diversity. What did Trump do? Trump went to North Korea and he talked to people that white people have never even seen before, the North Koreans. Trump
Okay.
went and blew up the jihadi Taliban Iranian general man. Obama, with all
Oh,
those drone strikes, he couldn't land one missile on the ultimate evil man.
Trump killed is that what you're saying Osama?
No,
Didn't he get Osama bin Laden?
they like bombed an Iranian general. Do you remember
That
that
was
controversy?
Somani. Somani.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just forgot
Yeah,
what thing was,
I
so I was
remember
just
that.
throwing out every Middle Eastern thing I could think of.
Okay. No, but they also got Osama under trunk.
They did.
Yeah, he was like super he even though it was like this thing that was like set in motion,
No, it was
however
like
long
plan. It
ago,
was
but
like a military thing.
yeah, but he was like taking credit for it, like saying
Oh
like I
yeah,
did it.
yeah.
I'm the one that got Osama. I'm the
Oh
greatest.
yeah. I mean that's
Because it
exactly on
happened
Trump's brand. Anything good that happens while he's like,
while he's there. Yeah.
awake or on
Yeah.
watch, it's like
Yeah.
all me.
Oh,
Anything. It's the
yep,
classic mobile player mentality.
totally.
Something good
All
happens,
me.
it was all me. Something bad happens, it was all you.
No, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. I love the part when like denying basic human rights for non-compliers. So he's saying like I can't go to Target and cough on people, therefore my basic rights are denied. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, 100%.
the
That's
one
all that shit is.
the thing that bothers me. I mean, there's so many things to bother about like Republicans.
Hmm.
The thing that bothers me the most is just the total lack of like consistency of principles, you know? Because
Right,
like
it's
they
whatever suits them at the time.
yeah, it totally is because they pretend to
Yeah.
care about like freedoms, right?
Right.
And they pretend to care about
Right.
like they pretend to care about like rights
Hmm.
and there are rights for businesses and there are rights for people.
Right.
Businesses do not have to sell you things. It is in a business's right to
Yep.
discriminate based on non-protected statuses.
Yep.
That's just how government works. That's how our society works. But Republicans like to pretend that every it's so funny because like they call the people snowflakes, right? But
Right.
the actuality
I,
is that
yeah.
Republicans tend to believe that every unique aspect of them is a gentle snowflake that if it is
Right.
tread upon at all,
Right.
then they are basically, fucking
It's 1984.
1984
Yeah.
slaves.
Yeah.
And it's so pathetic to see this cognitive dissonance go on among essentially, people that they just don't care. They're
Well,
just
it's not.
selfish and they try to like make themselves seem smarter by like trying to philosophize it as like, freedom and all this other bullshit.
I think a large majority, it's not that they don't care, it's that they're just tricked. I think they're tricked by the media they
No, I mean
consume.
they don't care about the hypocrisy. Like it doesn't dawn on them
Oh,
to a degree. Like they don't think about it. They don't reflect
right,
on it.
right. Well,
Yeah, no, I think
that's
people generally do care. Like I know a lot of people like go in the
that's why they're in this
apathy spiel. I
situation.
think people generally do care about society. They care about these things and the quality of things. That's why these things become issues.
I think people care about society, but a lot of people are
They don't
like
know how to
checked out of,
care in a way that's effective or helpful.
and they don't know like where to apply their care.
Oh yeah, because like obviously,
Because
this Facebook reply is an amazing application of
he's,
care because it created entertainment for us.
hmm hmm
So like maybe uh, name edited is a genius.
I think, well, I genuinely think he is. So something that when you were bringing up the business's rights, I think it's funny how this was kind of a while ago. Do you remember like the gay cake debacle?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like what like these were the same people who I mean I would assume who are like, well, if the business doesn't want to make cake for the queers, why are you making them?
Oh true, yeah.
They
Like
could just go to a different bakery.
she was championed.
They could
Like
just
they
go to a
made
different
her a
bakery.
champion of their cause to
Yeah,
discriminate against gays.
yeah.
But now, oh hey, could you wear a mask? Immediately like
Right.
you're fucking, treading on me and ruining my
Yeah.
life and just like
It's really funny. Oh,
yeah. And then that's what I mean. And then
weird.
obviously, whataboutism, there is bullshit on like the left
Right.
leaning side and thing, but like I mean, obviously, at least at the very least, like the left leaning side wants basic human rights. They want healthcare. They want to be able to like, go on a vacation. They want to be able to like afford homes. Like these are generally universally agreed upon things. The problem is, like you said earlier, a lot of people get tricked into just buying into pointless bullshit that doesn't fucking matter at all.
Let's get tricked, and that's something that I think about a lot of is like misinformation and just how easy it is for it to spread. And I genuinely don't know how do you ameliorate that?
Oh
Like
yeah.
aside from having like a literal authoritarian government that dictates this is what the truth is and this is what the truth is this is what is not the truth.
Yeah.
Like
And like
how do you adjudicate that?
I feel like I almost have to do an argument that I don't like, which is like, I mean, truth is dependent upon the person's perspective. So like you
It
can
is very
say things that
subjective.
aren't true
Yeah.
and they can generally become true. And
Yeah.
and something
I
I
agree
think
with that.
about is I don't know the whole context of this story, but there was a problem with inflation in the South American country. Like it was really bad. It was like Weimar Germany bad
Eh,
where they had a dollar is really like $10,000 or more or
Right.
something, right?
Right.
Like if you
Right.
wanted to buy something, you needed a literal wheelbarrow of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
And so to solve the inflation crisis, they basically made like you know how like Bitcoin, like they have like there's like other currencies, right? And other currencies translate to a value in another currency. They basically made a secondary currency, but like lowered the numbers.
I'm sorry, where was this again?
I read this
Venezuela or
years ago.
something?
I read this years ago.
Because this just sounds familiar. I thought
Yeah,
I remember hearing about
it's
this weird double currency scheme
yeah,
or
yeah. I
whatever.
read this like I think in 2014 or something. So it's very
Yeah,
long ago. I apologize.
yeah.
That I don't know the country, but a little more specifics. Basically, the idea came up from like some fucking like college econ students, or maybe they were like grad students or something. Probably that they were just like, well, we could try this. Like maybe it'll work, and
Yeah,
it ended up like actually helping because people started spending money again because they
right,
could spend
right.
money. Like
Because
yeah.
it was perceived that they could.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly. The
started to
perception
flow.
of the ability to spend and
Yeah,
receive money without having it be such a headache
right.
made it more able and allowed the economy to flow. Because like something people kind of
Oh,
forget is like
nuts.
money needs to flow for
Right,
any economy to work. Like
right.
money tied up in individual assets eternally,
Yeah.
like is
It's not
basically
gonna
a
do any
waste of
good
fuck.
for
It doesn't
anyone.
do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, the stock
yeah.
market is just fucking magic land. I'm not
Right.
like I'm not a full on like fucking weirdo leftist who's like the
Like
stock market
stocks
is
or
like
whatever. Yeah.
fucking totally imaginary money. But like when I say
I
it's
think a lot
imaginary
of it
because most
is.
people can't
I think
access it.
I think a majority of the money in stock market is imaginary,
Yeah,
funny, fake
what's the
funny
word?
money.
There's a word for it in financial terms. It's called fuck.
Fluid escrow or some shit. I don't
No, it's like I know it's not like it's basically like you're estimating future value.
Oh,
Is
like
what
speculative?
Yeah, it's all speculative shit, you know? Like you're speculating that in a future time the value will be higher, and right now here's a value that somebody will
Right,
buy it at. Because
right,
I mean, if you
right.
played at Eve Online, you know how the stock market works. Because Eve Online's engine or auction house system works the exact same way stock market
Oh,
buying and selling works. So like there is guaranteed buyers because people will buy in when the price gets low. So like there is
right,
inherent value in stocks because somebody will buy them. There isn't
right.
inherent value in the stock though because it isn't a tangible asset that is any value other than just reselling it, you know?
It doesn't have intrinsic value.
Yeah, exactly, you know? Oh, it also doesn't have tangible value because like I mean other than the paper that I mean it's kind of same with money, but at least money I can go to the store. I can't buy fucking something with stock, you know? I can't go to the store and be like, "Here's one stock, please."
Here's my stocks.
Yeah, like nobody
Yeah, yeah.
respects that. Like it's very much a rich man's game,
Oh, 100%.
which is why it sucks. So I think this is pretty great. Um, and I don't know, is there any parting words we should give to whoever the fuck is
Well,
still here?
well, before we wrap up, I think it needs to be asked, who is the biggest idiot?
Oh yeah, we didn't actually solve the
We
question.
didn't even get to the
Yeah,
big.
you know, I just wanted to
We
get
got
into
into a
it. I
good.
didn't even care about the conclusion. You know, I just want to
Oh,
get in. I don't even care about pulling out.
you're like
So, who do you think's the biggest
you're a
idiot?
fly by night schemester.
Yeah, I'm just.
So who are the two? Well, I
It
mean,
was
I have.
grandma. Grandma didn't want to stop at a stop sign and she thought that I was in the wrong,
Right,
you know,
right.
or
I just.
Trump was a left leaning president.
I mean, well, okay. So I'm really torn here because I feel like most instances of like road rage are just like silliness, who cares kind of stuff. So my proclivity is to just say that Trump was a left-leaning president. Guy is the biggest idiot,
I mean,
but
he
his take
definitely
is
put
actually
more thought
genius take.
into.
Just a genius take. It's like he ain't right, but he's definitely trying his hardest.
Yeah,
He's putting something out there. He's really giving people thought. He's putting
Trump
food
was
for
a left
thought.
leaning president, has gone through more wormholes and loopholes
Loopholes.
and mental gymnastics to arrive at this
Hmm.
take. Then
Hmm.
grandma just made a mistake,
She
and
just
that
fucked up
she
and
was mad at
yeah.
me because I basically exposed her mistake. So she was embarrassed and shamed,
Right.
but maybe she wasn't even cognizant of that. Because, like
I
you
don't think
said,
she was
she was
actively.
too dumb to live.
Yeah, I
I
think
think that
she
was the
would.
verbatim quote you used.
Yeah, yeah. Let the record show that's exactly what I said. Have you ever seen in show this is like one of my favorite bits when I think it's like a courtroom scene usually where they're like, "Oh, okay, let the record show that," and then they just say something. The
Let the
do
record show
you
that he said, "Grandma,
yeah, let the
too dumb to live."
Let the record show that I definitely did say he's too dumb to live, and the stenographer's like, Your Honor, it didn't say that, but let the record show
Let
that
the
he
record
did.
show that that did happen.
It did happen.
So it's
Now.
somewhere. It's somewhere on the report. Oh my god.
So yeah, I guess old grandma is the biggest dumb idiot, but Trunk was a left-leaning president was
Yeah. There's something
wrong.
because there's potential. Where do you think the greater harm is in left-leaning man's dumb thing or the potentiality for accident with grandma?
Oh, well, honestly, if you wanna go that route, I think it's with Trunk was a left-leaning president guy because that goes into misinformation.
Yeah, he's probably
Because it
like
gets more
because there's
people
more
think,
idiots who probably
because
like
idiots won't
seeing
think
that.
about it.
You
Yeah,
know,
they won't think about it and they'll just latch onto it and be like, oh, he's not daddy president anymore. I guess he was left-leaning and we cannot like him now.
now we can hate him because he was left-leaning actually. You know, this guy's probably maybe he's a Mitt Romney supporter.
A jilted Ted Cruz supporter.
Well, the reason I
No,
say
I'm
Mitt Romney
I'm
is Mitt
kidding.
Romney is like I think one of two Republicans that didn't he vote against or for Trump's impeachment, or he did something that like made normal Republicans
I think he
mad.
was a rhino. Yeah, he was a rhino.
Yeah, he
As,
was
as
a
they,
yeah
as
him
they
and
say.
the other lady. I think they're both rhinos. So like that's why I'm saying like maybe he's a Mitt Romney supporter
Yeah, got
because
it. Got
you
it.
know
Yeah.
he wants to criticize Trump, but he's doing it in such a like I'm so fucking genius. You couldn't even imagine how many brain cells I have right now. I'm on the brain cells subreddit. I'm hating women. I love Mitt Romney. But if he
Isn't it?
hates women, he really should be supporting Ted Cruz. Cuz
Have you seen like videos of Ted Cruz with his family?
no, you told me about it and that's
Like
where
the
I'm
press
coming from.
conference stuff? It's awesome, man. Like
It,
his family hates him, dude.
I
It's
can't watch him
amazing.
because he's so
He's
frumpy.
slimy. He's slimy, dude.
He's just a frumpy fat idiot. Like I don't know.
Well, for me, he's so fake.
Oh yeah.
And I know that's like really common.
He's
Like,
like a
oh,
bearded
well, this is
DeSantis, and
fake.
DeSantis is like subhumanly intelligent. The
Isn't it? Do you want to get wrapping up? We can get going.
oh yeah we can wrap.
We
We
can get
just
out of
hit
here.
the hour and 2 minute mark. So
Okay. Let's.
so thank you for the viewer
Scroll.
mail.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Putting both
God,
hands together.
thank
Pray
you.
emoji.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
Thank you for the viewer mail. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, and you know if you have any comments about what the fuck we're talking about or how we're talking about it, please leave them below. And you know we're gonna try out a lot of different shit. I think. You know, see what we
Yeah,
enjoy doing
we don't have really a brand. This is just kind of we just come on here to just talk about whatever is on
on
our
our
minds for
agenda.
the
This is
for the
our
moment.
timetable, our time
This is
scale,
our agenda.
our timeline. There we go. That's it.
There it is. This is the best timeline.
It is because we're in it.
True. And you're listening to it,
Yes. And that
audience
was
member.
the Timecast podcast.
Time
Time Cops. What the fuck is it?
It's the Time Capsule
Oh, thank
Podcast.
fucking God somebody remembered.
Coming
Toodles.
at ya.